Press conference with Stephen Kenny and John Egan. We'll be doing a live section at the top, which will be 10 minutes, and then a further embargoed section, which will also be 10 minutes, which will be embargoed to 11 p.m. tonight. If you want to ask a question, please raise your hands, and we'll get started with whoever wants to ask a question first. Gentleman here, please. Thank you.
Stephen, welcome back to Scotland. Firstly, coming back to Hampden Park, tell us about your memories here in that cup run with Dunfermline.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's obviously a long time ago. It was tremendous support from Dunfermline support at that time. I remember, nearly 18,000 people coming up around the stadium there from Dunfermline. There was tremendous passion about the game itself and the run, of course, playing Rangers, Hearts and Hibs. Craig Gordon actually was in goal for Hearts that time, but it shows you how long ago it was. I had 4 children under 7 then at the final, at the time where the youngest was only 1, and then they're coming tomorrow. They haven't been in Hampden since. They're coming tomorrow, and of course the youngest is now 16. So and the rest of them are finished school and in the real world. So it's that gives an indication how long ago that was.
How do you try and go and create new memories this time around to get another win against Scotland then?
Well, it's a great occasion. We're delighted to come to Hampden, full house. It's a very special game. The players, both sets of players, I'm sure, are looking forward to it. We treat every game in isolation. Scotland have had a good win the other night. We respect that. They've played well, and we've played well in our last few games. And I think from our point of view, with this Irish team, it's a new Ireland. It's a new Irish team. It's a new identity. We've brought, given over 16 players their international debut in 18 months. The style of play is what the Irish public are connecting with in a major way, and I think right throughout the country, wherever we go, we're inundated with people who connect with this team now. The mixture of youth and experience. We've had to suffer a little bit in terms of some results in the rebuilding, but 44,000 sold out on Tuesday night against Armenia already. For a game on a Tuesday night against Armenia, that's not a Euro qualifier, a World Cup qualifier, so that'll give you an indication of the level of support in the team at the moment throughout the country. People are excited by the team, and the crowd have been extremely passionate. You would have felt that if you were in the game. I'm not sure if you're in the game against Scotland in the Aviva. There's tremendous away support now. This will be our biggest away support, because since we've come in, we've just had obviously COVID issues, and not really, we had away fans at some matches, but this will be our biggest away support since we've become manager. So it's Irish fans travel throughout the world, and so from that point of view, it's a special game.
Gentleman with the microphone there.
Hi, Stephen. Obviously, going into this one, a lot of people are reflecting on that match in Dublin, the performance you put in, obviously the result that you got as well. What specifically convinces you that you can produce that again here at Hampden?
Well, every game is different. We're not dwelling on that game. We're not dwelling on it. I think we have to move on from that. And it's a new challenge. It's a different challenge. We were coming back into that game on the back of losing 2 games, in fact, so we were disappointed going into that game, but even though we lost those 2 games, that means we've only had 3 defeats in 16, this team. So it's not been, we've seen the improvement to go toe-to-toe with Portugal home and away, and to go play top teams like Serbia and Belgium and show our quality. So it's we can see the team evolving, and obviously this is a new game. Scotland were very good the other night. They played very well, and to be honest with you, they've been very good since Steve Clark took charge and qualified for the Euros, and they've consistently been good over that period. So anything we get, we know that we'll have to earn. We'll have to earn that. We'll definitely have to earn that, and we know that.
You talk about a new identity, a new style of play that the Irish support are buying into. How far along that evolution are you, do you feel, going into this game in particular?
Well, we feel we can improve for sure, and we're constantly looking to improve, and we feel we can improve on aspects of our performance against Scotland, in fact. So we have to continue to strive to improve, and that's we're not at our full potential. No, we're not. But I think we're continuing to improve.
Tony, I'll done you, please.
Stephen, excuse me. You'll have noted that Steve Clark changed his shape. Do you expect him to do similar against Ireland, because it was successful against Ukraine? And what else did you learn from watching their game against Ukraine?
Yeah, I've really no idea. Scotland consistently played a certain way, and obviously they've changed. They have the ability to change the shape. But with good players, you always have the opportunity to do that. So it's immaterial, really. For us, we've got to focus on ourselves and make sure that we're right, and that's what we're firmly focused on.
Gavin Cooney, please.
Hi, Stephen. How are you injury-wise? Is anyone absent? I'm sorry, I'm over here.
Injury-wise, we're completely no issues at all. Everyone in the camp is fully fit. No one is even doubtful or any doubts. No, everyone is fit.
Yeah, and just lastly, obviously that change in formation from Scotland in midweek and that change in approach, has that tweaked your thoughts as to what you were originally planning for this game, either personnel or formation-wise?
You have to adapt for sure. You can't play the same way all the time, but you've got to adapt to your opponent, and that's the nature of football. There's nothing. It's always been that way, and so we do have the ability to adapt, and that's what we must show.
Nathan Murphy, please.
John, can I just ask you about Nathan Collins? I think there's probably an expectation he'll be in that defence with you. How you've seen him develop personality-wise and his game over the last year since he first came into the squad?
Yeah, Nathan's been brilliant. We all knew what a top young player he was when he first came into the squad. I think he's grown as a leader in the squad. Obviously comes with games, but club level as well. He's got his move in the summer and he's playing week in, week out in the Premier League. So he's a really big part of the squad. He's a really big player for us, and he's doing really well.
Stephen, has this been the calmest squad you've had? Obviously, very few injuries. Andrew Bombadela, it's been sort of straightforward, it feels, for once.
No, listen, we're looking forward to the game. We've had a good training week. We know that Scotland had a brilliant result during the week to beat Ukraine 3-0 was a terrific result. We know we're coming away from home here, and we're going to have to put in a big performance. And we're definitely looking forward to that. And it has been uneventful in all of those aspects.
Last question of the live section from Ed Leahy, please.
Stephen, no injuries, which is great. However, there are players who are lacking in club appearances in recent weeks. Are you confident that whatever 11 you name to start tomorrow night will be physically capable of 90 minutes of international football?
Yeah, it's always a dilemma. It's not an exact science. You want your players to play every week. There's no substitute for that, for playing consistently. No substitute. But we don't live in a perfect world, and sometimes some of our players don't get selected, and we probably have more players consistently playing than we've had previously. However, obviously less players playing in the Premier League than we did previously, but more are playing regularly, and that's a good thing for us. It is one of those dilemmas when players don't play. where will they be? You can never be certain, 100% certain, if that's the question. But I've have no doubts that I've seen everyone train this week, and we'll be very strong going into tomorrow.
Okay, guys, we're going to move into the embargoed section now. So everything from this point onwards will